Hey guys, how you doing today? Welcome to my channel. I'm Nate Barger, and today we're gonna talk about what is real estate investing. Make sure you click on the bell. Whoever sent us this bell, we appreciate it. And make sure you guys go in and hit the like button, man. We're gonna try to push this out in the algorithm, so hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. I wanna see if I can get 100,000 likes on this video. Look, they want me to get 100 likes. Big, hairy, audacious goals. I want 100,000 likes on here. Okay, so real estate investing, and we're talking about residential. There's so many different types, but residential is probably the most popular because people are familiar with it. Not everybody's familiar with warehouses or storage units or skyscraper offices, hotels. So we're talking about single family, we're talking about residential. Really all it is you're buying real estate. To make it simple, you're buying a house maybe, and you're renting it out. You're looking for a house that you can rent out and go to the bank and get what's called leverage. So leverage is simply being able to put part of the money down but control the whole thing. So let's say that you could go and buy stocks and do the same thing. You go buy, let's say $100,000 worth of stock, and you put 20% down. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to your banker, and I want you to go, let's say you're with Huntington or Fifth Third, and I want you to go in there and say, hey, look, man, I want to buy some of your stock. And he's gonna say, great. Say, listen, I want you to loan me some money to buy your stock. He's gonna say, we can't do that. Say, look, man, it's your stock, okay? I'm gonna put 20% down, just like I would real estate, and I want you to loan me the other 80%. He's not gonna do it. Why? Good question. But in real estate, you can do that. Why? Because historically, real estate, as long as you know how to identify the right areas, always goes up in value. With the exception of 2011, we charted since 2000 or since 1980. We had 1 year where rents kind of pulled back a little bit, but the year after that, boom, shot right back through that. Real estate investing is simply hanging on to an asset, getting the bank to give you most of the money. You put a little bit of money up and you reap all the benefits and rewards. Now, with that said, you also get all the headaches that are associated with that property. So when you're real estate investing, you want to take time to sit down and learn and understand as much as you can. I tell people, like, if you were a heart surgeon, because people think they don't need to go out and study and they think they just want to jump into real estate. Well, you think a heart surgeon would just say, hey man, just bring them in here. I'm just going to cut them open and fix the valve. Sounds simple, but we know it's not. And let me tell you, real estate can be that complex. And I want you to understand real estate to that level, because if you do, your odds of failing are very, very, very slim. Now, how did I learn all this? I learned by failing. You don't have to. I went down them roads. So guys, if you like the content that we're sharing, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. We're trying to get 100,000 likes. They're telling me that's not possible, but I know it is because I got the best viewers on YouTube. Thank you. What we're going to jump into now is the numbers. So you have short-term rentals, which may be like an Airbnb, a corporate lease. You're typically going to make more money doing that. Well, there's a reason I don't do that, even though I know I can make a lot more money percentage-wise off a deal. The reason is because I'm looking to scale and I'm looking to own massive amounts of real estate. And because I understand that the cash flow that comes with that also consumes your time. It's very time intense. And yes, I know there's some people that are saying, well, I can scale, I can do this, I can do that. Look, I'm sure you can, but that's not a path that I want to go down. You may want to, but I value my time. I'm really trying to get to is hanging on to the deal. So let me break the numbers down and I'm gonna show you why. Let's say we got a $150,000 house, and I know some of you guys over in California or wherever saying you can't get a $150,000 house. I understand it. Then 10x it, make it 1.5 million. Probably isn't gonna work. A buy and hold is not gonna work for you guys. Buy and fix and flip might. We are talking about people that are looking to do long-term holds. That's what I want you to do, especially in this economy, especially with all the people we have out here that need housing and all the people that are coming online that are gonna continue to need need housing. So let's say we bought this property for $150,000. It makes 1% of that per month, which is your gross operating income. So it's gonna have $1,500 a month. That's the 1% rule. And I think that was guys on Bigger Pockets came up with that analogy a while ago. And they came up with BRRRR too. It was what's his name? David Green and Brandon Turner. You know, great guys, man. Make sure you go in and follow them if you're not following them on Bigger Pockets. They got some great content. And also we got BRRRR Invest on Facebook. Over 100,000 people that are looking to give back free knowledge to you guys. So why do a lot of people not hold on to assets or go bankrupt? Because they don't deal with problems when they come their way in single family homes. They don't understand how to put the capital repair budget together. They don't solve problems when they come their way. A tenant calls you, you have a problem, you have a duty as a landlord to take care of that problem in an expedient manner. You also have the duty to tell them sometimes, hey, that is an issue that you caused and I'm gonna bill you back. You have to be very straightforward with tenants, and you have to also be very respectful to them. This is customer service. If that's something that sounds like it's right for you, watch this return right here. So we're gonna add the 7,500 together plus the 5,700. That's 13,200, and then we're gonna divide that by the 30,000 we put in. That's a 44% return. Come on, guys. You can get very wealthy doing that. But what if I told you there was a way to get your 30,000 back and still make them type of returns? That's how I was able to build wealth very quickly. Me and all my partners, we use what's called the Bur Method. Buy, renovate, rent, refinance, repeat. You know that $150,000 property we just told you about? What we're gonna do is find that property beat up, run down, the one nobody else wants. We're gonna find it for 80 grand, let's say. We're gonna put 40 in it. We're gonna be all in for 120. We're gonna go to the bank. We're gonna rent it out for 1,500, just like the one that you bought for 150,000. We're gonna rent it out for 1,500. We're gonna go through this thing with a fine-tooth comb. We're gonna know the condition of everything in there. We're gonna take care of the furnace, the roof, the windows, the exterior, the tuck pointing. We're gonna take care of all the aesthetics and make it look like a new house. We're gonna take maybe a 50, 60-year-old house and make it look new inside. We're gonna upgrade everything that needs done, including the landscaping, the hardscaping, the concrete, tuck point, everything. So follow us, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and we're gonna show you how to identify areas that we want you to buy in to make sure you get that 5% appreciation a year.